Welcome to What's in a Word or What's in a Phrase Wednesday. Our word today is parable. If I'm reading from Psalm 78, I'm reading from the New American Standard Bible. And it says, "Listen, O my people, to my instruction. Incline your ears to the words of my mouth. I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark sayings of old, which we have heard and known, and our fathers have told us." So it says, I will open my mouth in a parable. What exactly is that supposed to mean? Well, we see the word parable all the time. Jesus spoke in parables, and his disciples asked him why. A parable is a short story that is supposed to give us a moral or ethical lesson. From Jesus, more often a spiritual or kingdom lesson for ourselves. It comes from the Greek word parabole, which means to toss together, to bring together, to compare, to throw beside each other. And so there's two stories within a story that we're supposed to compare, that's supposed to give us this lesson. And what it really does is it gives us, those who are looking for it, a truth. A truth. Some people will look at the stories and not have a clue what's being talked about. Some people will look at the stories and think they know what it's about, but really not gain anything at all. For those of us who are looking for spiritual truths, kingdom truths, if we look at the parables with spiritual eyes, we'll be able to see what the moral or ethical or kingdom lesson that we're to have from it. And so when someone speaks in a parable, they're about to speak something that only someone who's looking for the truth will be able to see. Let's take a modern parable, just for argument's sake. There's a rich man, very wealthy, and he wants to show his son how wealthy they are and compare it against someone who's poor. So he takes him on a trip. They find this old farm, and clearly the people in there are living as if they are poor. And they hang out there for a couple days with the people in the area. And then they come back to their fancy house, their home. And the father said, "Did you enjoy the trip?" And the son said, "Yeah, I did." "What did you observe? What did you see?" The son said, "Well, I saw that we have one dog, but they have 4 dogs. That we have some lanterns that are imported, fancy from other countries, that we use at night to light up the patio out back. But they have all the stars in the sky, hundreds of thousands to light up their evening. We have a small pool in the backyard, very nice. But they have a pond, they have a creek that seems to go on forever. We have a nice parcel of land, but their land seems to stretch to the horizon. We have servants to serve us, but they serve other people. We buy our food in the grocery store. They grow their own food. And we have walls around our home to protect us, but they're surrounded by friends to protect them. Well, the rich man thought, okay, now you understand that they're poor and they don't have the fancy pool and then all the stuff that we have. And asked the son, so what did you learn from this? And the son said, I learned that we are the one that is poor. Someone would look at that modern day parable and think, yeah, look at the rich and all the stuff they have, and the other people are scrambling and live in an old house, an old farm somewhere, or a couple old mangy dogs, and so the rich people really have it above the poor people. And that's all they would see. Some people would look at that modern parable and say, I don't understand exactly what's going on at all in there. It just seems like a nice story about rich people that went looking for poor people. But someone who's looking for the truth in that parable will see the truth that money doesn't buy everything, that material possessions aren't everything. And that the truth is, those that see their wealth as, or define themselves by their wealth, they're the ones that are truly poor. That's the real truth. God wants us to know that it's not about our possessions, it's not about our wealth, it's not about the stuff that we have, because you clearly can't take that with you. It's about faith in God. It's about our destination, where we're going. A parable. I will speak a parable. I will speak in parables. I will speak to you a parable. I will speak to you a moral, ethical, spiritual lesson. And if you look at this, if you listen to this, and truly seek the truth, you will get what I'm talking about. Have the very best day. Or it's in the evening. Whatever's left of it, enjoy it the best that you can.